you're asking me to hold her in contempt of my order. Is there a specific order that required her to meet at one of those places?
No, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
And that's it. That was my argument.
Okay.
He rewarded her bad behavior by ignoring my request to hold her in contempt. The process to have cases viewed take a while, and with the behavior of SM2, she would be able to continue bringing chaos within my life, weakening my mental health in hopes that she will see a spiritual CEO crash out. One may think that this is only an assumption. I'm just speaking this into existence. Check how things line up. Here are tickets that I had for an NFL game. I reached out and asked if I could pick up our son on this day. She did the usual and attempted to gaslight me. One can see that she claimed that I denied our son medical attention due to not wanting to be in the same car with her. This is someone who testified in court that I choked her, and she got an official document that state that I did this without any proof to substantiate any of it. I also suggested that I passed on the information that I got from the doctor, but she swore that she had to be there. So the fact that she needed to try and control something so simple, it let me know that our son's medical issue wasn't that serious. And if my child is about to pass away and you telling me this is the only way that I can get him treatment, I'm gonna refuse to allow him to get that treatment? Come on, man, that's just foolish. I'm this big bad guy who abused you and all that stuff, but yet you want to be in a car with me one-on-one. Nah, I'm good. As far as the request, I expected it, so I thank her and I brought him some merch for when I would see him again. I was reading up and I decided to do RV life. I started talking with our son about camping trips and I got him hyped a couple months earlier. I wanted him to be excited for him. I took him and we bought a new truck that he got to pick out.
All right, Toyota, we got a Lucky Bell ring. Let's go! Yay! Yeah!
Went browsing looking at RVs, but he didn't know that I purchased it when I did because I wanted that to be a surprise for him. I purchased it, that week after the game that I was asking to take him to. I spent the days before that I was supposed to pick him up getting it set up so we can make sure that he enjoyed it. He liked this game called Castle Crashers, so I made sure that I had the PlayStation and the Starlink ready to go. Starlink is the Wi-Fi. You want to watch movies or anything. I had the things, to start fire and all that stuff, but with the outdoors, when you're dealing with a newcomer, you must ease them into it. Some people, they take to it, but some people, especially my son, being that he never experienced it before, I wanted to ease him into it in case he got tired of doing the outdoor stuff. We always had the Castle Crashers or whatever he wanted to play, the movies that he wanted to watch. He had that to fall back on. Now, I passed out the night before the pickup, and I woke up later than I usually get up. I rushed to get to the SM2 house, being that the final order stated that the pickup and exchange locations would be at each other's houses, and we had to use this honk and seatbelt method. It's a stipulation where the parents weren't allowed to come out the home, but we can send the child once we hear other parents picking up honk the horn. The child then can open the vehicle and jump in and buckle up. Let me state, I wasn't okay at all with this, going to her house or her coming to my house because of the lies that was being told. But this is another reason, I noticed that it wouldn't make no sense to go back before the court because I kept saying that this person is committing perjury and lying and all this stuff, and yet with the final orders it stated everything she said. I just questioned, why am I being treated as if I'm the criminal in this situation? And I really need my fellow brothers to understand that, hey, I'm the one who's coming forth trying to get everything in order. I'm not trying to tell you not to do what you need to do, but when you find yourself in a situation where you're dealing with wickedness, you gotta prepare yourself. This is what more than likely you're gonna deal with. You see the stories of all these other guys who's dealing with this, but we act as if it's not us, so it doesn't matter. Or like I stated before, I look down on people because I thought, well, maybe it's because they did something wrong. But the reason I'm trying to be transparent is because I want to show you guys that no, this is just the way it's set up. And you see them now, they're trying to do all this stuff to get you to still fall for the trick. Oh, we making divorce 50-50, which unfortunately the state that I was in stated that it was 50-50, yet I got 80 hours. So when you sit up here and you be like, well, you know, I'm pretty sure someone would be like, well, you shouldn't have went in there without a lawyer. I'm like, I'm respectful. I'm able to present, if you ask me a question, I'm able to talk and explain to you what it is. But if I'm having to combat lies and untruths, if that's something that I have to do, and you're a judge and I'm pretty sure you know that this is what's going on in this arena, if you see this and you allow it, then by all means, you know, I understand what I'm dealing with. I understand where I'm at. And just blew me away when one of the main things that I was stating that I wasn't comfortable with was going to this person's house or meeting up without a third party involved, and yet he still put it in order to where you must meet up at these locations. I just was like, yo man, this judge, like, this system is jacked up. It just shows me how truly disgusting this judicial process is. But I scheduled time for the exchanges at 8 o'clock. I got there at 8:15. You can see here what SM2 claimed because I was late. Our son was sad and she promised our 4-year-old a trip to Starbucks. Come on, man. We went back and forth, and then I saw her mom pull up, so I'm thinking, cool, I can just grab them and go because they are returning. Well, I saw our son walk out of the house, and SM2 rushed him to her mother's car. I wrote to her, can you send our son? Realizing that I was becoming irate, I questioned, why am I arguing? She knocked on my truck's window, trying to hold a conversation, but I continued talking through the app, and when I saw that she refused to send our son, drove off. She was trying to gaslight in this situation. You can see where she claimed that I pulled off and I almost ran over her feet. Took this as proof that she was violating the order because, hey, she wasn't even supposed to be out the house, but I was distressed at the whole situation because I was having to make this decision to go before the court again and waste more time and energy trying to avoid having to spend another fortune for doing what is right. That's when I tried to compromise and stated that I would just get them next week to ensure that I get all my time. It's only 80 hours. SM2, she said no, and she framed it as if I was disrespecting her due to that final order claiming that this was what I was doing as well. I understood then it was no point. This is when I saw that it was unprofitable for me to continue trying to do anything with our son. The RV that I bought, it was a grip, and the truck, like that stuff ain't cheap. And tickets for the football game and all that stuff, this stuff, even though the tickets was gifted to me, that's the only reason I had them on the day that it was the Sunday that I didn't have them. That's the only reason I requested it. And when I saw that, I was like, man, it's no point. It's unprofitable. Like, trying to raise this child, it would be unprofitable for me at this point, especially when this person is trying to get me to snap to where I'm going to be put in jail. So since that day, I haven't seen our son except for this one day I went to a school, and the school rep made it seem as if I had to do this crazy background check just to speak with our son. You know, I had the orders and everything showing that, hey, I'm his father, you know, I got rights or whatnot. But she was like, oh, we got to send the orders to the whatever protocol they have. But I'm like, it shouldn't have been that extensive to the point where I'm like, here's orders saying that this is my son. Can I see him? Can I talk to him? But, you know, she made that, and I left without trying to, you know, causing a huge scene. So when I was walking out, it was recess, and our son was like over there playing, and I was able to call him to the gate and talk to him, and I let him know that the Most High, I let him know that, you know, I loved him, man. That Daddy always got him. Like, that was, I was saying, who got you? He's like, Daddy got me.
Who got you?
Daddy.
And that was that was the yeah. So having to make that's crazy. Having to make the choices to walk away from your seed is how serious this spiritual war is.
Let's minus that circumstance. Let's talk about you in a relationship, you have a child with a woman, and it don't work out, and now you like her energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if a man can do that, who are you as a homeboy?
I'm a straight nigga.
if he can do that to his own seed, his own flesh and blood. If that's his perception, if I don't F with the mom, I ain't F with the jit, who are you? Why you think he want, who you think you is?